Today on Walk Through Texas History, we are in downtown Houston at Buffalo Bayou, and we're actually going to go under the bridge. A little something special there. We are now under the Preston Street Bridge here in downtown Houston. What we're looking at is one of the oldest known structures still in downtown. It was built about 1850. It's actually the Donnellan or Donnellan family crypt. The crypt only actually had 4 people that were buried in it. 3 of the Donnellan family, Henry, Timothy, and the wife Emily, and 1 Charlie Ritchie. The family was buried here up until 1903, when the Preston Street Bridge above us was needed to be built. And they actually moved the bodies to Glenwood Cemetery, and they're buried there now. The bridge was constructed to go over the Buffalo Bayou. It was one of the main thoroughfares into downtown Houston at the time. It was a very important bridge, and so they needed this specific site to put it over. The crypt was really not known here until the 60s or 70s, I believe, when some researchers found out about it and they uncovered it again. There are tours that are down here, on the Buffalo Bayou tours and downtown Houston ghost tours, and they go by this crypt quite often. It's not accessible anymore, and actually, from what I understand, inside there's not much more because of the bridge reinforcement wall was built right through the middle of the crypt. The interesting things, like I said, Henry Donnellan was buried here in 1849. His son and his son's friend were buried here in 1867, at the beginning of 1867, because they actually found a Civil War era bomb that was unused and it blew up, and so they were buried here. And a few months later, the mother was buried here, Emily, and all 4 have been moved, like I said, to Glenwood Cemetery. But it's one of the interesting unknown facts here in downtown Houston. Unless you know about it, you drive right over it every day, and it's just here. Before we head over to Glenwood Cemetery, there is one more thing I want to show you, and it's just right around the corner. It's an art installation that was built in the late 90s or early 2000s. And let's go there now. We're here now at the red button on the Preston Street Bridge. If I push that red button, a art installation that was made in 1998 by Dean Rugg will go off. Let's see what it is. And there's Bubbles. She just came up. Kids love this little area. Just thought I'd show it in the video since we weren't very far from it, and the Donnellan family crypt. Now let's head over to the Glenwood Cemetery. Here in Glenwood Cemetery now, we're at the grave of Henry Donnellan. He's the one, along with Charles Ritchie, died when the Civil War bomb exploded. Evidently they were trying to hammer it and chisel it away. I don't know what for. But they died on February 10th, 1867, and him and Charles Ritchie were buried in the crypt, along with Henry's mother, Emily, who died a little bit later in 1867, and Henry's father, Timothy J. We're an old stranger's rest here in Glenwood Cemetery, and there's actually not a very easy way to find this area. And a lot of people without headstones here that are buried. Not too far from here, actually, what I was just told, is Governor Hobby's father was also a Civil War veteran. He's buried just a little bit around the corner here at Old Stranger's Rest. Also a Confederate veteran. Well, that'll end it today for Walk Through Texas History. I hope you enjoyed it. It was short, and once again, we ended in Glenwood Cemetery. But it's a very famous cemetery with a lot of different people buried here in Houston, just north of downtown. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, have a good one.